Will the Cubs make a big trade? We're going to find out soon enough.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Today's episode is presented by 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. Go to 5hourenergy.com today and use promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. Only valid through September 30th. Order 5 Hour Energy Transfusion flavored 5 Hour Energy shots today. We will be live at 5 on Thursday, live at 5. It rhymes there on purpose. Get that stuck in your head as a promo there. Trade deadline special live exclusively on YouTube.
What are we going to be
5
talking
Central,
about?
Thursday, reacting to the entire day of moves at the deadline for the Cubs because we're expecting them. And we'll also preview Cubs-Orioles later in that show. The plan before we go live at 5 will be for a YouTube short reacting to the Cubs move. And then that trade deadline special will hit your audio and preferred audio feed, YouTube feed and preferred audio feed Thursday evening. Cubs salvaged the series with the Brewers with a 10-3 win on Wednesday. Cubs are now 63-45. I have some other numbers to go over in a few minutes as well with their record. Called up on Wednesday, Moises Ballesteros, who is hitting .331 at AAA, hit a 3-run double in the third, and the Cubs never looked back. Michael Busch and Ian Happ also hit home runs to contribute offensively. PCA 3 hits. Some guy named Kyle Tucker, 2 for 3 with 2 walks and a 2-run double. Shota Imanaga went 5 innings. Keller, Thielbar, and Palencia finished the game out of the pen. Well, they couldn't get swept, Sam, and they won big on Wednesday.
Well, we titled the episode yesterday, Are the Brewers just better than the Cubs, right?
That's right.
And the answer yesterday was, yeah, if this is Kyle Tucker, sure. So are a lot of teams. But you saw on Wednesday afternoon that when Kyle Tucker plays like and hits like Kyle Tucker, the Cubs, it does a lot for their lineup. And it was really encouraging to see. I think it was a bit overdue, but having him look like that at the plate, all the at-bats looked really solid, looked sound. And I think that is really why the Cubs were able to, have success today. Everyone around him got going, and it was nice to see Shota. I'm not going to call it a bounce back, 5 innings, 3 earned, but he did look way better. He was getting strikeouts. It was kind of like the opposite of where he was early in the year, where the ERA in this start may not be great, but I actually liked what I saw. And big day, for Pete, big day, like you said, for Ballesteros to get that hit. I got to ask you something though, Matthew. What happened with Ian Happ?
You're setting me up for this one.
And my question is if Happ's not hurt,
he hit a home run, he's not hurt.
But wait, and then Ballesteros started today.
Yeah.
Was Happ bench?
No, I think they were taking it slow after he fouled the pitch off his shin.
But if they were taking it slow, would he would get 2 at-bats off the bench?
So this could be a precursor to reality where maybe he plays more of a 6-man role, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Well, and I like the look of it on Wednesday, that's for sure. Reprehensible that it got reported that he was going to the IL. and even worse, that the Cubs TV network would delete all the associated materials related to the report. Just want to say that because we're the show that tells the truth and challenges and entertains, informs. And so we cover the whole hog here. have to put that out there because that was a shame what happened. Not only did he not go on the IL, he as you said, hit twice and was out there a good chunk of the game. Then to top it off, he hits a no doubt home run,
which was great to see.
So that was weird. I got up to change Bennett in the middle of the night and Happ to IL. Hours later, he hits a homer against a rival team.
Yeah, I was still awake, and the last thing I saw on Twitter before I got some shut eye was Happ to the IL, and then I was busy doing stuff today, and all of a sudden there was Happ.
I know, and Vidal Brujan was designated for assignment. And he could still possibly find himself at AAA Iowa, depending on the waiver process and all that. Let's see. Ballesteros, Sam, had the cup of coffee. I'm emotional when I talk about this young prospect. He had the cup of coffee earlier this season and didn't do a whole lot. Here he is. He gets up in the middle of the night like we did.
Yep.
Gets over to AmFam, laces a ball left center gap, opposite field, line drive, with bases loaded. Everybody comes around to score. You can see the genuine joy and excitement in him. And they really needed to avoid this sweep. And I know they won by 7.
Mm-hmm.
And they already had a small lead prior to his hit. But Ballesteros doing that, given the situation, and credit to Jed Hoyer and Craig Counsell for, Happ isn't going on the IL, but still let's bring up Ballesteros and play the urgency card a little bit. That was really nice to see, and it set the tone for the whole game.
I tweeted out in my type of way. I said, quote, the kid with maybe the biggest hit of the season so far.
Now, when you say that, you mean the entire 100+ games.
Well, I think I was exaggerating a bit, but it really felt like, because you and I always talk about this when we watch games or whatever. There's always that certain play that makes you feel like it's a W or it's an L.
Sure.
And that hit the left center. It took the game from 2-1 to 5-1. As I was going about my day, I kind of banked in a win there. And the Cubs really needed to win. I mean, the difference between being a game back and tied 4-4 with the Brewers. So you essentially, if everything stays the same, you just have to take 3 out of 5 against them at home in mid-August, and you get the tiebreaker with them. And you really needed to win this game today, and that was the biggest hit of the game. So give him a ton of credit for that.
Well, just purely in the standings, how do you feel? It could have been 3 games, but it's only 1 going into the off day, into the deadline.
You feel much better. You felt like if you're going to win the division, you couldn't have gotten swept in this series. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. I was hopeful they would salvage it, and they did. Imanaga sharper. Great job by Keller, Thielbar, and Palencia. Pretty much like they have all summer and really all year. Off day Thursday, followed by a 3-gamer against the Orioles this weekend. All those games at 1:20. During our episode after the trade deadline, we'll preview that series as well. The trade deadline's tomorrow. We're going to do one final preview right after this. Today's episode is brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape, ginger, and thyme flavor of your favorite golf drink, minus the alcohol, into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this one's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Let's be honest, some days on the course or off it, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. What's the wildest shot you've ever made on the course? Was it a total fluke or a well-calculated miracle? Maybe you needed that extra boost of energy, or maybe now you're realizing, hey, I could have used that. And golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors, of course. The grape ginger lime flavor gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without chasing down the bev cart. If you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that is the number 5hourenergy.com. You could use promo code LOCKEDONGOLF, LOCKEDON, GOLF, to receive 20% off your order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promos. The code is not good on subscription orders. Whether you're meeting up with friends or trying to turn 18 holes into 36, get the energizing boost you need to power through. Order transfusion-flavored 5-hour energy shots today. Trade deadline is at 5 p.m. Central Time on Thursday. We'll be live at 5 to preview what happened during the day. And you can get YouTube shorts from one of us during the day. We'll also be on your preferred audio feed by Thursday evening. So I'm just going off of this week and really just going off Athletic and ESPN reports here about who the Cubs are actually connected to. Starting pitchers, Sam, entering the last day, Edward Cabrera.
Man, we're still doing this.
Mackenzie Gore, Mitch Keller, Zach Eflin, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Mike Soroka, Adrian Hauser, and Shane Bieber, who is about to make his season debut after recovering from Tommy John. Bieber is owed about 3 M's the rest of the year and will decide this offseason on a player option or a buyout. So he might be, especially if he pitches well, he might just be a rental. I think that's a name to watch for Thursday. And I can get to the relief market and position players later. I don't even know if it's someone in the group of names I just mentioned, but it's starting to feel like, okay, are they going to get one of these names? Because
yes,
amongst anything, which is probably not the right phrase or grammar by me,
well, at least you're not
amongst
an English
anything,
teacher.
They need to trade for a starter on Thursday.
Well, I've had a real busy non-Cubs week just, personally. And so I haven't been as in tuned and locked in as I typically am. But with that being said, I am surprised. I've kind of just been waiting for you to text me, hey, let's go. Get a short up. Let's go, Kit. Let's go.
Right. Cubs get Hauser for Jonathan Long.
But if you remember the last time the Cubs were in an all-out position, it was really 2021. And if I remember correctly, didn't most of that happen on the last day?
It did. It happened the last, I believe, 3 hours.
Yeah. So, Jed is Jed, and he doesn't like to make a deal where he feels like he's just, all right, fine, we need it, let's do it. So he's going to wait to the very last second. I will say, I think Edwin Cabrera will be a Chicago Cub. Not as certain on Eugenio Suarez, but I really think they want him too.
Yeah.
And then everything else, I don't have much on, much predictions on.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a controllable starter and a rental starter. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, I'm really I think there's a possibility beyond that they don't do anything. I was encouraged to learn from Jesse Rogers on Wednesday that they are connected to some good names in the relief market, including David Bednar. So to me, that was encouraging. There's multiple national voices, as well as Mooney and Sharma locally, and Jesse Rogers that are still connecting the Cubs to Suarez. As of this hour, it looks like it's the Cubs, the Tigers, and the Mariners for him. If it's a 3-horse race, you really want to get him. I think they could. They'd have to probably overpay, though, for that. Ken Rosenthal on Wednesday said the Cubs will be one of the most active teams at the deadline. That was encouraging to me. And to your point about a flurry of moves at the end, that could happen. That qualifies. I think there's a chance that they pick up a Harrison Bader, a Michael A. Taylor, or pick your Urias, Ramon, or Luis for a bench type role. But I really think they're focused on, okay, controllable starter 1, rental starter 2, and let's see what happens after that.
Yeah, I think they've got to do something offensively with the bench, unless, like you said, I mean, unless Happ goes to it, and
well, that would be huge.
And then Ballesteros, takes over. I mean, look,
that'd be a huge story if he became a bench player, man.
I've gotten a bunch of texts. Where are they? They're gonna do something. Like, we're not. I mean, if we end up doing a show and passing tweets out, looks like one of the premier buyers, Cubs stood pat. That would be truly the most shocking thing that I've seen, not only in our 3 years of doing this show, but in my 30 plus years of life.
Well, it would be an epic fail.
If they
is that fair to say, or is that exaggerated? Epic fail.
If they don't add to this team, yeah, it would be insanity. I mean, they're going to make a deal or 4 or 3.
Well, 3. I mean, I wish, I could drink your Kool-Aid, but
I actually have some breaking news.
No way.
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say we're gonna have to re-record.
Breaking
Doing a good
news.
show here.
The Cubs are still interested in right-hander Mike Soroka.
Yeah, they've been on the phone with the Nats about Mackenzie Gore. They're going to get – maybe they do a package for Soroka and Finnegan. That'd be good.
Breaking news. The Cubs would really like to bring in Marlins right-hander Edward Cabrera.
Yes. Breaking news. Luis Robert is a Cub. No.
That would
he hasn't been connected to the north side.
No,
I'm looking for that blockbuster with Arizona, man.
Kelly and Eugenio.
The rental blockbuster. Suarez, Kelly, and Shelby Miller.
I don't miss the hot stove. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, I had a lot of thoughts similar to that on Wednesday, basically not fearing, but just more reason to soak in the during the season moments, especially being attached more to my phone this week. It's not my preference.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like sometimes in the off season, I have the temptation to do that. I mean, the winter meetings is different, like 4 or 5 days in a row of that. Okay. Pretty fun, especially this last December. It was a blast. But right now I really want it to be about the games.
Right.
They do need to fortify their team, and Jed Hoyer, depending on some of these names, will need to get out of his comfort zone on Thursday.
Yep.
And I think Owen Casey is on the board. I'm not sure about Jackson Wiggins. Is Ballesteros on the board, despite him being here now?
Maybe that's why they called him up. Just a quick little, hey, this guy's a big league hitter.
Yeah. I think they're really trying to persuade teams about Kevin Alcantara.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of persuading needed.
I think that could be a possible match with the Guardians. I don't know what you would get back for that. You might have to add a second piece to get Shane Bieber. But if you can work with them on that, it's enticing for sure. He entered the week slashing 263, 347, 452. So a little better lately, but a little underwhelming overall. Jefferson Rojas, I don't think is going to go anywhere. I do think Jonathan Long could be a good match on a corner for someone, and even he could start Friday for a team. be in someone's lineup. So I think that's intriguing for some teams. So we'll just have to see. James Triantos has been awfully cold this year, but maybe he's in some type of a package. So
they got a lot of options to do that.
Yeah, and I have to say, after, again, not always fair to make a determination off a series, but after this series, I would like to see them get a reliever that's been there and done that.
Agreed.
They really need that, I feel. So, and maybe even more than a positional fit, but we'll see.
I agree.
All right, I have some second half stats in front of me since the All-Star game. Also, some Cubs win-loss stats as well. Right after this. This is Locked On Cubs, the number one destination on the planet to talk Cubs. Thank you so much for being with us. Shout out to the everydayers, and you can become an everydayer by joining us for every episode throughout the week. Okay, Sam, the Cubs are now 63-45 overall with Wednesday's win, 30-26 on the road.
Yep.
32-13 after a loss, 18-17 since June 19th. This 12-gamer before the deadline, they only went 6-6.
Really disappointing.
Underwhelming. And then they finished July 14-10.
Yeah.
Which is better than I thought.
Yeah.
Better than I realized, I should say.
14-10, July, okay.
Yeah.
It was disappointing that they went 2 out of 3 win, 2 out of 3 loss, 2 out of 3 win, 2 out of 3 loss to open the second half. I thought that could have been an 8-4.
At least 7-5.
Yeah, I thought it could be an 8-4 12-game stretch, and I thought
right. So they finished 2 games worse than you thought.
Well, I didn't think that was what was going to happen, but I thought you're just waiting for this team to just do what 97, 96 win teams do, which is just get hot again. I know I sound like a broken record, and I do that often, but it's just a lot of just win 1 series, win series loss, win 2, lose 2, win 3, lose 2, and you're just waiting. And maybe this series this weekend against one of the most disappointing teams in all the sport, Baltimore, maybe you could find a way to and get some momentum going.
Yeah, and they had a win streak snap Thursday by the Blue Jays. But boy, did they come out of the gate slow, never really recovered. So yeah, I'm hoping for big things this weekend for sure with that. One reason they're going to need to fortify the bench Thursday is this stat right here. Do you want to guess John Birdie's offensive line since the All-Star game?
Oh, since the All-Star game?
Yeah, since the break. What's like, how many hits does he have and how many at-bats?
I'm going to say John Birdie since the break is 0 for 2.
0 for 3. Good job. Folks, why, this isn't high school ball. Why does he have a position on this club still?
Man,
is it to pitch in garbage time?
I appreciate when you make me laugh.
Yeah. Is it to pitch in garbage time?
Is that why he's on the club?
Get someone else.
Well,
okay, they got Brujan out of here. Get Birdie out of here too.
Well,
okay, you got a backup catcher. You got Turner. Okay, we know those 2 spots are locks. Got to get 2 better guys. What's interesting is the one spot could be Happ or Shaw or Ballesteros, and the other spot should be someone they acquire on Thursday.
Yeah, but I like Birdie's ability to pinch run late.
I'm starting to cool off on that.
Okay.
It's something that I could appreciate, the last couple months, sure, even in Tokyo, something like that.
No, you're going to – let me tell you something.
Yeah, the Cubs have a major league player that has 3 at-bats in 12 games? Please.
Let me tell you this. You'll appreciate it in October. Game 1, Wrigley Field, 2-2, bottom 9.
Hope you're right.
Leadoff base hit. Ballesteros with a base hit. And then Birdie comes off the bench, steals second, throw goes into right center. He gets the third, and then it's a Nico Horner sac fly. This game's over.
Okay. Well, I love that. I love that scenario.
So, I like.
So you have Ballesteros starting.
I just want. Well, that was just wanted to make some excitement. You remember the guy Gore on the 2018 Cubs?
Yeah, Terrence
Gore. I mean, when that guy came in the game, I don't know if people remember this, but when the Cubs lost that wild card game, he scored the game tying run on Baez's single. And then he actually came up later on and he swung at a pitch that was way out of the zone on a full count. If he took that, he would have stole second and third. The Cubs would have tied that game.
Right. Why did he swing at that?
I was screaming so hard when it was 3-2. I had to go, just give him the take side. He's not going to get a hit.
Right.
Just get in the pitcher's head. Just put the bat on the ground. A walk is a triple for that dude. Just don't even swing.
He was a deadline deal, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or maybe like an August waiver back then they had that.
Do you have any trade deadline memories before I give you some other stuff?
Yeah, of course.
I'm really nervous to give you some of these averages, man, especially Sayas.
Nomar, Harden.
Oh, Nomar's a classic one.
Chapman. Probably those are the big three.
Sayas hitting 136 since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Bush 167, Turner 188. You could stop me at any time. Swanson 209, Kelly a dismal 212, Happ 231, Tucker 235, McGuire 333.
Horner's been good.
And then PCA, Horner, and Shaw are hot. PCA also 333, Horner 356, Shaw 14 of 39 for a 359 clip. So there's some offensive numbers right there. I do have some team stats since the break. Cubs rank 18th in offense, 9th in starter ERA, 27th in bullpen ERA.
So, they'll get going.
Any final thoughts or predictions before the deadline? So you think Cabrera is going to be a Cub?
Yes.
And I could see Anthony Bender being in that deal as well, the reliever.
Another package deal. You should work at Amazon.
And hopefully people got that. Maybe like a Raisel Iglesias from the Braves.
Yeah, I've heard. I haven't heard that name up until this week, but now I've heard that too.
You could get a package, Charlie Morton and Andrew Kittredge from the Orioles, the team you're about to play. Maybe they just walk over from the team hotel. So where do you think the Orioles stay? Would that be Hotel Zachary or?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to Locked On Cubs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on the Locked On MLB channel on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, we'll be back with shorts, reacting to any breaking news, and then live at 5 p.m. Central, exclusively on YouTube Thursday, trade deadline special that will hit your preferred audio feed shortly after that. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.
Shout out to Matt Cozy and Sam Olber, hosts of my favorite podcast, Locked On Cubs.